all have people that are trying to get us riled up. They complain about the company, exaggerate problems, spread the latest gossip. They are professional troublemakers. If you allow them to draw you in, before long you'll be upset, focused on the wrong, bitter over what you're not getting. But one of the things the scripture says that God hates is when a person sows discord. That's someone that's always stirring up trouble, trying to incite you to unrest. You can be perfectly happy, you have a great job, but they start planting these seeds of discontentment. Things like, hey, you know you're not really treated right there. You should be making more money. Have you noticed how everyone gets promoted except you? They're not interested in your well-being. They're just trying to get you stirred up. Before you get riled up, consider the source. Healthy people don't go around stirring up trouble. Secure people don't talk bad behind other people's back. They celebrate their success. Grateful people don't focus on what's wrong. They don't find fault. They're grateful to be alive. If someone is constantly disgruntled, bitter, jealous, bringing division, that's a sure sign they're not for you. Your time is too valuable to let them poison your spirit. Don't sit there and listen to them gossip about the friends they're jealous of. Tell you how you're not being treated right. This other person would be a much better spouse than the one you have now. They are not healthy enough to give you good advice. Be kind, be respectful, but be gone. Don't hang around them. If God hates when someone shows discord, then I'm going to distance myself from what God hates, because I need God's blessing. We need His favor. We need Him to open doors that we cannot open. Psalm 1:1 says, in the Amplified, don't sit inactive in the path of the ungodly. That means don't go to lunch every day with the person that badmouths the boss, especially if you work there. Don't spend an hour on the phone with that trend that gossips about all your other friends. Don't hang out with the colleagues that bring out the worst in you, convinces you how bad your life is. It's one thing when someone wants to correct a problem. There are times we need to talk about a situation at home and at work. I'm not saying to not address issues. If someone brings something up that they're just a troublemaker, they can do it with right motives and it's helpful. But that's very different from someone that's just stirring up trouble, exaggerating the wrong, bringing strife and division. The enemy loves when we're divided. He loves when we're fighting in our homes, in turmoil at the office. This coworker is mad at the other. We're jealous of this friend, bitter over how we are treated. We're playing right into his hand. There's no power when we're divided. The power comes up when we're in unity. Stay away from troublemakers. Keep your distance from people that are stirring you up. You cannot sit inactive with people that are sowing discontentment and stay in peace and have healthy relationships at the same time. Proverbs 13:20 says, if you walk with wise men, you will become wise. But if you associate with fools, you will be foolish. You're going to become like the people you're around. If you're spending time with sowers of discord, disgruntled people, fault finders, bitter, those same qualities are going to rub off on you. And sometimes, the reason we're having difficulties, the reason we have dysfunction, it's not the enemy, it's the people we're choosing to be around. We're listening to the wrong voices. I've made up my mind. I'm not going to listen to gossip. I'm not going to let that poison in my spirit. Well, can I tell you what I heard about so-and-so? It's really juicy. You won't believe what they did. No thanks. I'm not going to be a participator with the sower of discord. Your ears are not garbage cans to fill with a bunch of trash. You can't hide your head in the sand. Yes, but ask yourself, what is it going to benefit you? What purpose is it going to serve for you to know that? If it's only to have a bad opinion about them, then you don't need to hear it. The scripture says, love covers a fault. Love covers a weakness. Is it covering or is it exposing? If it's just exposing, showing their faults, then it's not for me. I'm going to keep my heart pure. I'm not going to be a part of sowing discord, of making somebody else look bad. Proverbs 6:14-15 says, "A person that constantly stirs up trouble will suddenly be destroyed." Doesn't mean you'll lose your life, but your dreams won't come to pass. You won't have good relationships. You'll miss your destiny. That's why Paul used such strong language. I urge you, stay away from those that cause division. He was saying, I implore you, I challenge you. He knew it would keep us from becoming what we were created to be. We let people get us riled up, talked into being discontent, arguing with someone, having a bad attitude. Because we're sour, our relationships suffer. We don't get the promotion. Nobody wants to be around us. The people that provoked us, they're still enjoying the game. Are you letting someone get you stirred up, causing you to be jealous, offended, disgruntled? Recognize what's happening. They're sowing discord into your life. Don't sit inactive with people that bring out the worst. Stay away from those that are causing division, convincing you of everything wrong with your spouse, with your job, with your life. Don't let their poison cause you to make decisions where you get sent to the locker ground. There's nothing more God dislikes any more than people that bring division. If there's something you don't like about your job, your boss, your friends, your church, the right thing to do is to go to people in charge and express your concerns. The wrong thing to do is to talk bad behind their backs, stir up trouble, and try to exaggerate things that you don't like. Try to get other people on board. At some point, a Korah will come to you, badmouth the boss, complain about the company, talk about a friend they're jealous of. A sower of discord is not happy unless they contaminate others. Don't sit there inactive. You have to be bold and say, no thanks, this is not for me. God doesn't play around when it comes to stirring up trouble. Make sure you're not letting poison get in you. Disconnect from any discord. You have a destiny to fulfill. There's nothing that enemy would love any more than for you to go around discontent, distracted, mad at people, feeling shortchanged. And some of that may be valid. Maybe people hurt you. They did you wrong. You have to let God be your vindicator. Let God fight your battles. If you're hanging around people that are sowing division, there's a good chance you're going to start bringing division. The problem is, when you go to Korah's side, you have to step out of God's protection. God is against a troublemaker. He's against a sower of discord, a talebearer. And even if what you know is true, the right thing to do is to cover it, not going around stirring up more trouble. Paul said in 1 Thessalonians 4:11, "Make it your ambition to live a quiet life and to mind your own affairs." He was saying, don't be a busybody, where you have to try to know everything. Mind your own business. Really, some things we shouldn't have an opinion. And if we do, we just keep it to ourselves unless they ask. It's hard enough to run our own life. Don't try to run somebody else's. 2 Samuel 20. David had a man criticizing him, bringing conflict, trying to make him look bad, sowing discord. Verse 1 says, a troublemaker named Sheba said, "David, we will have nothing to do with you. Come on, men of Israel, let's go." That day, everyone left David except the tribe of Judah. The truth is, we all have some troublemakers. You can't live very long without either having people try to stir you into discontentment or people try to stir others against you. It's easy to try to straighten out the troublemaker, get baited into conflict. That's their goal, to try to get you distracted, where you're fighting battles that you're not supposed to fight. And you can't stop people from sowing discord, but you can stop it from getting in you. You don't have to get upset. They can't stop your destiny. People can't overrule the plan God laid out for your life. If you'll stay on the high road, God will take care of your troublemakers. He will silence the people that are trying to discredit you. It says in Psalms, that trap the enemy set for you, they will fall in themselves. But David got all riled up. He didn't like this man Sheba. He was going to do something about it. He told his men in verse 6, "This troublemaker Sheba is going to harm us. Quick, take the troops and chase after him." Here, David had defeated powerful armies. He had brought down experienced military leaders. Now, he's chasing after this one man Sheba, thinking that he's going to stop him. When you get riled up, let what somebody says get on the inside. It's easy to lose perspective and start fighting battles that don't matter. David's men chased after Sheba. He ran to this city and he barricaded himself behind the walls. David's men started tearing the wall down. Lady came out and said, "Why are you destroying our city? What do you want?" They said, "All we want is a man named Sheba." She said, "Fine." In a little while, Sheba's lifeless body was thrown over the wall. God was showing us He will deal with your troublemakers. He will take care of the people that are spreading negative things. Now, don't do like David. Get all worked up. Think you have to pay them back. Stay in peace. God sees what's happening. He is not going to let a sower of discord continue to succeed. The good news is you don't have to fight. That's not your battle. I'm asking you to disconnect from any discord. Stay away from people that are bringing division. Don't sit inactive with those that are keeping you stirred up. You can't let those seeds of discontentment take root. You have a destiny to fulfill. Now, pay attention to who you're letting speak into your life. Don't go on Korah's side. Stay on God's side.